I'm Damon. My roller coaster ride of a life began when I started working with my friend Adam. I was struggling to find work just after graduation when my buddy suggested I apply at the same company he worked at. I was so grateful to him, I fully thought he was trying to help me. I was wrong, because as soon as I got there, I realized I wasn't going to be working alongside him. I was working for him. I still appreciated the opportunity. Any job is better than no job. I poured all my effort and time on my work. I wanted to show the bosses that it was worth it hiring me. I stayed up late. When Adam would stack paperwork on my desk 5 minutes before 5, I would simply smile and stay at the office until I finished it all. I had countless sleepless nights and liters of coffee, but I didn't mind it. But then, on one of our meetings, our boss commended my work. "This quarter, I'd like to recognize someone who has been exceeding our expectations. He's only new, but he's already outdone many of us with his output. His work has managed to land us a $4 million contract. So let's give a hand for..." I was so excited to be recognized that I almost stood up. "For Adam!" I looked at my friend, but he acted all surprised. "Me? Really? You've been burning the midnight oil and producing so much work. For that, I'm promoting you to head of operations." Adam got a hefty raise, a corner office, and a bunch of girls at the office became his groupies. Meanwhile, I was left behind in the dust. After doing all of his work for him, he didn't even so much as thank me. To top it all off, Adam caught the CEO's daughter's attention. She was the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. She was nice to everyone, and I got a crush on her the first day she brought me coffee. She was the CEO's daughter, and yet she went around giving out coffee to everyone every morning. But now, Adam had his paws all over her. I couldn't bear to work under him anymore and have him profit off my hard work. And so, I asked to transfer departments. I did it in secret so Adam couldn't protest. And suddenly, the company's most productive worker was not so productive anymore. I became an assistant in the marketing department, and on the side they used me as a delivery man, and I was fine with that. At least my bosses gave me the credit I deserved. I got a boost in confidence, and I finally got up the courage to ask my crush out. But the moment I did, she laughed at me. Adam, come listen to this. This guy is asking me out. Will you tell him the bad news?" "Oh, it's you. Seriously? You're hitting on my girl after you jumped ship from my department? Honestly, I'm glad you left. You do nothing but complain. You should know how to hit on a girl your own speed, sweetie. See, I'm a princess, and Adam is a prince. You, however, you're a peasant at best." But Trish ate her words only 3 months later. She and Adam spent most of their time partying that the operations department began to unravel. Their work was behind, and contracts and money weren't pouring in like it used to. The CEO must have called Adam into her office so many times, he might as well have lived there. With me gone, nobody was picking up the slack, and his department was getting into trouble a lot. One time during a merger meeting, Adam failed to appear on time. We waited and waited until he was late for an entire hour. The CEO's daughter was absent too. It was starting to become really embarrassing to the other executives. And so the CEO asked us if any of us knew where Adam was. I checked his Instagram and showed it to our boss. Adam was busy golfing with his college buddies, and Trish was there with him, gossiping with some girls. Our CEO furiously dialed Adam's number, and when he picked up, she shouted at him, "You are hereby demoted to operations assistant. You will report immediately to HR, and I will be confiscating your office, your company car, and your company credit card." It was even more shocking when we all found out how much Adam was spending of the money. He had racked up a bill of over $100,000 that month alone. The CEO refused to write it off as a company expense when she found out that Adam had been spending it all on lavish hotel rooms and vacations with Trish. He was using business funds to impress his girlfriend. The CEO turned to me. "Damon, you need to help my daughter. You've just been named Employee of the Month, and everyone here knows your work ethic. You're kind and you're not lazy like the others. My daughter is straying from her path. I can't leave her this company if she'll only destroy it." But What do you want me to do, boss? I need you to keep an eye on her 24/7. Be her butler, her driver, her teacher. But what about my job? I'll triple your salary, and when you've reformed my daughter, you can have your job back. Trish and I stayed at her mansion, and I set up cameras in the house, Big Brother style. She had no chance to misbehave. At first, she despised me, but then by following my daily routines and discipline, she began to wake up earlier. Her skin glowed because of the daily workouts we did. She became healthier, and she discovered new hobbies. Being locked in that house with me made sure she didn't get the compulsion to overspend. There were no more spontaneous trips to the mall or shopping sprees. When she met her mom again, she was a changed woman, and she and I ended up being friends. I thought you were just some gold-digging guy like the others, but actually, you're a very nice guy. She hugged me and thanked me, but when she pulled away, her earring got caught on my hair. I winced, and when she pulled again, she pulled me with her hair, and we accidentally kissed. That was when her mom walked in on us. I didn't pay you to flirt with my daughter. I thought she was going to fire me on the spot. Instead, she let out a huge belly laugh. Both of you, come into my office. I stood there, unsure of the consequences I was about to face, when the boss began to play footage on a projector. I had the house bugged. I just wanted to make sure my daughter's being taken care of properly, and neither of you were slacking. And you know what, Damon? I'm very impressed. You clearly are a positive influence on my daughter, and now I can leave my company in good hands. Are you retiring, miss? Oh, yeah. About time, too. But I'm not leaving the company to my daughter. She still has a long way to go. Then who's gonna run the place, boss? You are. I was so surprised I took 2 steps back. I'll make you CEO if you marry my daughter. Now both Trish and I were shocked. Marry him? I barely know him. The CEO took out a book and Trish shrieked. Why do you have my diary? Dear diary, I think I have a crush on my butler. Today he taught me how to paint. I love the way his voice sounds, and when his eyes sparkle when he talks about things he loves, I feel like getting lost in them. Mom, stop! The timing of Trish's phone couldn't have been more perfect. She picked it up and immediately dropped it to the floor when she heard what her friend said. That was Amy. She caught Adam cheating on me. Trish didn't even ask anymore if I was up for the deal. She grabbed my hand and dragged me out of the office. Make all the arrangements, Mom. I'm going shopping for a wedding dress. Our whole office was flown to Hawaii. Even Adam was there. Only he didn't know what it was about. They all thought we were just having a spontaneous company holiday. Adam kept looking for Trish the whole time. But when sunset came, the hotel staff led them to the beach. And everyone realized what they were there for. We are here today to witness the union of 2 souls in love. Adam perked up. He proposed to Trish before her mom had locked her away in the mansion. So he thought Trish was gonna surprise him with a wedding. He was about to stand up when I came out from behind the crowd, all dressed up in the most expensive suit. Trish gifted me with a diamond-studded Rolex, and I sported it with pride. I saw Adam's eyes widen with envy. What? I didn't even know you were engaged. Who would marry a mere assistant? And how can you afford all of this? I laughed. My mother-in-law paid for all of it. I nodded to our CEO, who then approached me, hugged me, and kissed me on the cheeks. My mom and dad were there too. They were super confused about how sudden it all was, but they were proud that their son was settling down. Before Adam could piece it together, his suspicions were confirmed. The violins began to play, and down the aisle was Trish, dressed in a beautiful white dress studded with pearls and diamonds. What the hell is actually happening here? I gave him a wink. You missed your shot, bro. You messed it all up by cheating and taking credit for work that you didn't do. You could have had all this. Now you get to sit there and watch. Trish took my hand and we stood by the altar. We said our vows, and as the sun went down the horizon, we shared our first kiss as husband and wife.